All right, we are getting set up here. There's the link. There's the share. Get logged in here. I see I've got 2 watchers already, and I hope you guys will bear with me for just a moment. I don't know if you guys are family or not, but if you are, then you know what I'm up to. If you're not, you just happen to randomly catch this video, I'm going to be going over fantasy football stuff. I'm going to burn every team. It's going to be awesome, but let's see here. Live draft in 58 minutes. So yeah, let's let everyone know. Message board. Apply. And submit. Okay. We have the draft party uplink. That's done. I'll kill the YouTube download. Don't need that. Going simultaneously. That'd be a bit crazy. And let's see here. I'm gonna need that page. I'm letting other people log on. I'll be starting in 30 seconds though. Hey, everything's in reverse? That's awesome. I don't know if I can fix that. But you know what? It's going to be okay though. I know you said everything's in reverse. It's going to be okay. I can't fix that, but this is really the only text that's going to be on there. So it's all okay. I know my shirt's in reverse. Literally, we're going to be okay. We're going to be okay. All right, so let me launch this. All right. Well, we're ready to go, and I've got 1 watcher, and I think that's my dad. We'll see if anyone else shows up. I'll give them another 30 seconds here. It'll be 9:19 at that point, and we will take off on a draft party. I am rocked and ready to go, locked and loaded. I've got so much stuff going on. Hey, let me know if there's more than 1 person there watching this. If I see I've got 1 watcher, but if you can let me know through a comment if there is other things going on, other people there, that'd be awesome. All right. Well, we're at 9:19. Okay, 2 are here. Okay, cool. So I'm gonna go ahead and get started. We'll get going, and it'll be a little bit of a hopefully a learning curve for me and a fun time for everybody. But here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to start off. I'm going to go with every team. I'm going to give you the biggest changes for every single team, and then once I've done that. For each team, once I tell you what the biggest changes are, then I'm going to burn that team to the ground, and that's going to include fan favorite teams of my own. So hey, everyone's going to have to calm down. A joke is a joke, all right? So I'll burn every team to the ground, but then I'm going to give some just general draft advice, maybe things that somebody might not have known, but probably something that most people didn't know, since a lot of us are old pros at this. Um, then I'll go over the really important injuries and suspensions that everyone should know about before going into the draft so they don't draft someone wrong. If you put a comment in this, I will read it. So, as long as it's family friendly, family appropriate, you put a comment on it starting now, and I'm going to read it. Hopefully, we'll get some smack talk going. That'll be awesome. People can be typing things that they want me to read aloud, so that other people will hear it actually spoken. That'd be awesome. And you can smack talk me. I'll just try and smack talk back. So, without further ado, let's start off. We're going to go through conferences, divisions and conferences. We'll go through each one in order. So it's not going to be alphabetical team order. It's just going to be a team order based on conferences and divisions. So here we go. Starting off with the Buffalo Bills. You Buffalo Bills. You had Kelvin Benjamin last year, but you picked him up at the end of last year. So he's new. For this year, he's going to be for the full year. Also, you got Chris Ivory to back up LaShawn McCoy at running back. They did trade away Jordan Matthews, and also it's important to note that Zay Jones has faded away on the depth chart. Nathan Peterman has been established as the QB this year. Josh Allen is the backup, and Josh Allen was drafted as the first overall pick for the Bills, so that's possibly going to be a quarterback controversy later on down the road, but so that's what's important to know about the Bills. Buffalo Bills are fundamentally different than the dollar bill, of course, because you can still get 4 quarters out of a dollar bill. Yes, I think they're going to lose this year. I saw that comment popped up. All right, so next up, we have the Miami Dolphins. Oh, you Dolphins. Ugh. You didn't like that joke. Oh, too bad. Most of them are going to be maybe a little bit better than that, but hey, I was starting from somewhere, right? All right, so the Dolphins, out with Jarvis Landry, in with Danny Amendola, and who's better? You know, that's kind of you guys' decision for wide receiver. No good. Didn't like the joke. Okay, I get it. You did not like the joke. Okay, Frank Gore does join Kenyon Drake in the backfield. They said goodbye to Jay Ajayi at the end of 2017. They also released tight end Julius Thomas. It was kind of time for him to be let go. He wasn't doing much for them. They did pick up Mike Gesicki in the second round of the draft. Also, Jay Cutler, as he was just a stand-in last year when they lost Ryan Tannehill. He is out, back into retirement. And that's no pause. It was good. Oh, okay, good. All right, glad you did enjoy it. Okay. All right. Ryan Tannehill is now the quarterback for the Miami Dolphins. Is that a better situation? I don't know. But it's the year 2100. The cure to cancer has been found. Fighting in the Middle East has stopped, and sports analysts everywhere are saying that this is Tannehill's breakout year. Do what you will with that. Okay, next up, New England Patriots. Yeah, everyone's favorite team. Well, it's my wife's favorite team. Out with Brandon Cooks. They picked up several other wide receivers, but ultimately they released every single one of them. So that's been interesting. Julian Edelman will be back. We didn't see him at all last year due to an injury in the preseason, but he has a 4-week suspension, so that's important to remember. They pitched out Danny Amendola. Obviously, he just went over to Miami and just talked about that. They got in Cordarrelle Patterson. Burkhead and White are joined by Jeremy Hill from the Bengals and a second-round draft pick, Sonny Mitchell. So you'll have to figure out what you want to do with the running back situation there if you want to do anything. And they say goodbye to Dion Lewis and Mike Gillislee at running back. And got a plastic bag here. Try having Aaron Rodgers who got hurt. I understand your pain. I have a plastic bag here, and it definitely holds more air than a New England Patriots football. Okay, next up is going to be, let's see here, can't really see what I'm doing. behind this camera. Let's try that. Oh, good. I'm glad you guys enjoyed that. All right. New York Jets. All right. Well, Quincy Enunwa is back, wide receiver from his injury. Terrell Pryor and Jermaine Kearse were acquired as wide receiver. They also acquired Thomas Rawls and Isaiah Crowell, who joined Bilal Powell in the backfield as running backs. They did get rid of Austin Seferian-Jenkins, and now have Eric Tomlinson and Jordan Leggett starting tight ends, and we don't really know who that's going to be. They also did pick up Sam Darnold, who does appear to be the starting quarterback. Josh McCown is going to be the backup as of right now. Fun fact, the Jets are an acronym. Bet you didn't know that. Yeah, it stands for just in the season. Okay. Yeah, they're just going to keep coming. All right, the Baltimore Ravens. What do I say about them? Well, they cut Brashad Perriman. They did get also rid of Not with Namath. Not with Namath. Oh, gotcha. Just in the season. It's a little bit delayed, I'm sure. So, okay. So they cut Brashad Perriman, Jeremy Maclin, and Mike Wallace at wide receiver. They acquired Willie Snead and Michael Crabtree at wide receiver. So they're overhauling their receiver core. They did get a first-round tight end and quarterback, but those currently aren't in starting roles. But they might play for a position later on in the season, so watch out for that. They also acquired John Brown to be a slot wide receiver. So again, just a really big overhaul with their wide receiving core. People tend to get roped into Ponzi schemes because of the suspiciously high return on investments early on, but they don't question it because they like what they're getting, of course. So they dump more money in, but are left with diminishing returns until the scammer is really rich, and those that were investing in it are in financial ruin. So what I'm trying to say is Joe Flacco is Bernie Madoff, but with less pocket mobility. I'll let that one sink in. I was particularly proud of that one, so I'm not getting any feedback from you guys. Maybe I just should just say that's my own feedback. All right. The Bengals. Pass on that. Oh, come on. Joe Flacco's Bernie Madoff, just with less pocket mobility. Come on. Anyway. So AJ Green is healthy again at wide receiver. Hopefully this won't be a recurring thing because he is a formidable wide receiver when healthy all the way through the season. They released their running back Jeremy Hill, but their sophomore running back Joe Mixon is healthy again, so we get to see what he gets to do as a full season, hopefully. They did release Brandon LaFell, promoted Tyler Boyd to a starting wide receiver role, so watch out for that one. And really, that's about it for these guys. Yeah, cat in background with discussion of Bengals is a nice touch. It's true. It's a very apropos. I do have cats, and so you guys are going to have to just deal with that. By the way, do you know why Dayton, Ohio doesn't have a professional football team? Because then Cincinnati would want one. Okay. And moving right along with that one, we have the Cleveland Browns. Cleveland Browns. They acquired Jarvis Landry. Oh, wait. As in Cincy Bengals? Well, professional football team. Professional. Okay, Cincinnati Bengals. They acquired Jarvis Landry and traded away Kenny Britt at wide receiver. Yeah. Oh. Josh Gordon may come in to make an impact at wide receiver, but he's still working through his return. He's got some issues, so could be a major contributor. It could be non-existent. Don't know. Isaiah Crowell is out, and Carlos Hyde is in at the starting running back position. Now, they've traded away Deshaun Kaiser and got Tyrod Taylor as starting quarterback, but hey, they can't leave quarterbacks alone. So they got the number 1 draft pick overall, and they get Quarterback, Baker Mayfield, but he doesn't appear to have a starting quarterback position. So what are we to do with that? Also, they traded away Corey Coleman, but drafted a wide receiver in the 4th round named Antonio Callaway. He is worth watching. He is currently listed as top on the right side, top of the depth chart. So nothing's set in stone until the first game of the season, but that's something to at least watch out for. Now, I did try and think of a joke for the Cleveland Browns, but what do you do when the entire team is a punchline? Burning the Browns. It's not really hard, though. What do you do when it's not hard? Okay. Pittsburgh Steelers. So they traded away Sammy Coates and Martavis Bryant and picked up Ryan Switzer at wide receiver. And that's about it. Come on, guys. I mean, this is an off season. Boy, they just didn't know what to do. So the Steelers didn't really move much. That was a steal. Ryan Switzer. Well, he is... get it? Yes, I got it. Ryan Switzer, I'll just say this. He was picked up by the Cowboys as a wide receiver, and everyone thought he was Cole Beasley 2.0, and then he didn't end up doing anything, so I don't know. Now, it's kind of ironic that the famed Steel Curtain defense was so lousy last year that it literally broke the back of the man trying to carry it. Ooh, too soon, Ryan Shazier? Oh, I felt a little moral pang about writing that one, I will admit. Yeah. All right, so Houston Texans. It's your turn. Oh, Houston fans. Quarterback Deshaun Watson is back from the season-ending injury he had last year, and what are you going to get with that? Well, hopefully more of the same what you had while he was stable. We'll see how that goes. C.J. Fitteritz retired. That was good of him to realize that this game was really too brutal on his body. His body could not handle it. It does elevate Ryan Griffin at the tight end position. He's currently showing as top of the chart, but go Texans. So we got to go Texans here. So Ryan Griffin is top of the chart, but they also got rookies Jordan Aiken and Jordan Thomas. They really like their Jordans over there, so keep an eye on them to see who is going to be on the top of the tight end chart for the Texans. I see that we had briefly 4 people, and now it's back down to 3. Hey, I'm about to bring your Texans to the ground if you're here, so welcome to everyone. And here is the Texans burn. 6 people. The Texans are so irrelevant that they named the team the Texans just to remind everyone that Texas has another football team. Again, people, these are jokes. Go to the burn center. You'll be fine. Laugh it off. I'm going to burn my own favorite teams, okay? So don't kill me. I have to burn everyone to the ground. Okay, moving on to the next team. Indianapolis Colts. Okay, well, Andrew Luck is healthy again. Okay, better than the other team. That's an opinion. That's an opinion. Everyone's entitled to them. That's what's great about this country. Okay. From Texas. I understood what you meant. I did. Again, if you write something down in the message window of this, I will read it. So I like tight ends, and this is weird because I'm logged in as Paige. That is weird, but mine is right. Oh no, I missed that last one. If you could retype that last message, I'm trying to aloud as they come in, as long as they're family appropriate. Can you retype that? I missed it. It faded away off from my screen. I don't have it anymore. I'll give you a shot. Okay, so again, for those of you who are newly joined, I'm going to give you the most important changes for each team, and then I'm going to burn the team to the ground. And then once I'm done with doing all that, I'll get some basic fantasy draft advice, something that maybe people didn't know, and then I'll give important... Said Dallas is in Oklahoma. Said Dallas is in Oklahoma. Okay. That's a nice theory. It's really not. There's maps and everything. But, you know, hey, in these days and age of fake news, maybe you caught that somewhere. Okay. But yes, I will also go over the most important, I think, injuries and suspensions, so that people don't make a mistake and draft someone who's just not going to score them many points from the get-go. There's some important ones out there. So here we are to the Indianapolis Colts. So Andrew Luck is healthy again. He takes over the starting quarterback position from Jacoby Brissett, who really was lackluster last year for them. Texas has only one team until someone moves a team to somewhere between San Antonio and Austin. Okay. You're yes. I will burn my team to the ground. Don't worry. I will do it for you. All right. Traded Dante Moncrief and picked up Ryan Grant at wide receiver. Luck is healthy. Yeah, right. Okay. You got a point there. You got a point. They have rookie O-lineman at the left guard position. Normally, rookies in an offensive line might not be the best call, but they're already letting Luck get hurt, so what is this going to change? They also acquired Eric Ebron to pair with Jack Doyle at tight end, so that kind of confuses the situation. Sorry, there's a dryer off over there. It'll stop momentarily. Luck isn't so lucky. It's true. Luck is not so lucky. Thank you for your comment. So it leaves with Eric Ebron there. It does leave kind of a mixed bag at the tight end position. You'll have to figure out what you want to do with that. They did trade away Frank Gore, and Robert Turbin is suspended, so that leaves Marlon Mack in charge of the backfield, at least at first. And is he healthy enough? Because he got nicked up a little bit, so that's a backfield to watch with interest. The Colts is also an acronym, just like the Jets. Theirs is coming out losers this season. And I don't think anyone's going to disagree with me. Fun fact, Andrew Luck played on our pastor's kids basketball team. Cost the best his starting slot. That's hilarious. That's hilarious. And a bit sad, but also hilarious. All right, so that's the Colts. Now we get to the Jacksonville Jaguars. Colts can ride off into the sunset. And I agree. Okay. So they trade away Allen Robinson and then picked up Dante Moncrief at wide receiver. Okay, we have exactly one Colts fan in this league. Hey, there's a Colts fan in this league. I didn't even know. Okay. It takes all sorts to make a fantasy football league. All sorts. We love you anyway. So they picked up... Okay, Tim is. There we are. So they traded away Allen Robinson, picked up Dante Moncrief at wide receiver. But, yeah. They also traded away Mercedes Lewis and picked up Austin Seferian-Jenkins at tight end. So that's where Seferian-Jenkins went. Marquise Lee is out with a season-ending injury. So wide receiver, their most stable wide receiver was Marquise Lee. That's saying something because they also traded away Allen Hurns. And they promoted rookie DJ Chark to a starting job. Okay. Allen Hurns, Allen Robinson, out, say goodbye. Marquise Lee, injured, say goodbye. So they now have, at the left side, wide receiver, they have DJ Chark. Fun fact, the Jaguars have the same number of winning seasons as Tom Brady has Super Bowl appearances. And again, I'll kind of let you guys decide what to do with that one. And that brings us to the Tennessee Titans. Oh, Tennessee. So they traded away Eric Decker at wide receiver. DeMarco Murray retired at running back. Okay, my dad wrote who, but I'm pretty sure he's being sarcastic. Tim. You know Tim. I hate the Titans as much as the Cowgirls. Well, we all have, the people we really like and people we really don't like. Hate is really a strong word. But they are in your division, so I kind of understand it. Yeah. Anyway, we all have our own crosses to bear. Tennessee Titans, the team with more E's than W's. That's why I used it. So, the team with more E's than W's. Also, more X's than W's. Maybe. Could they be the 0-16 team this year? We'll see. That brings us to Denver Broncos. Giddy yap. So, out with whoever the heck was the quarterback of the week, and in with Case Keenum. That should be an upgrade for them. Case Keenum obviously took them head-to-head with Drew Brees in the championship, the divisional, and then they went to the second round of the playoffs was against Drew Brees, and then they went to the Eagles and lost in the conference championship. Oh, I had a message flash up and it disappeared way too fast for me to read that. If you could please retext it. While you're doing that, I will say, okay, can't be worse, right? Mike Vrabel is Tennessee's new head coach who is really bad at coordinator. Well, coaches and coordinators do play into these things, so that's a good point. The staffing position changes, and you know what? Maybe next year I'll bring that into play because I did not do that, and that's a good point. They traded away Virgil Green and promoted Jake Butt at tight end, and no, that's not a joke, but it should be, and I just said Butt again. Trying to keep this family friendly, folks, but come on. They also traded away C.J. Anderson and promoted Devontae Booker at running back position. They also drafted Cortland Sutton at wide receiver in the second round and Royce Freeman in the third round at running back. And those guys are actively competing for starting jobs. But for Cortland Sutton, he's going to have to be going against Demaryius Thomas and Emmanuel Sanders, who are very established in their positions. So we'll see what happens there. Interesting fact, the last great run by a Bronco was in 1994, and it was being chased by the police. All right. Going to have to pick up the pace a little bit here. We are running low on time. Kansas City Chiefs out with Alex Smith at quarterback and in with Patrick Mahomes. So that's an interesting switch. Tim also likes Denver, but only because of Manning. Nice. Yes. Okay. So apparently someone got that joke. Picked up Sammy Watkins at wide receiver. They did elevate a second-year player at left guard, and yet to be seen if that makes an impact in their O-line situation. And that's all. All their draft picks were defensive players. Every single one of them in the top 5. That was pretty clear what they're trying to do. So the only reason Eric Berry beat cancer is because he didn't face it in the playoffs. Which brings us to the Los Angeles Chargers. They lost Hunter Henry for the season. Ouch! Okay, good. Glad you like that one. Hunter Henry is out for the season. They picked up Virgil Green at tight end. They also just re-signed Antonio Gates. They released Dontrell Inman and elevated a second-year player, Mike Williams, at wide receiver. They mostly went after defensive players in the draft, though, so that's an interesting choice there. Now, the team is abbreviated LAC because it's an ACL that's twisted horribly out of position. Oakland Raiders. Hey, you guys have a new coach, too. Ugh. Hey. Okay, so that one was weak. I'll admit it. I can admit that was a weak joke, but I tried. They traded away Michael Crabtree, and they picked up Jordy Nelson at wide receiver. And no Mac. I know. They picked up a couple other wide receivers and then cut them both. Hey. They traded away Khalil Mack on defense. Rookie picked in the first round at right tackle, making for what's projected to be maybe a slightly better O-line. They picked up Doug Martin at running back, who joins Marshawn Lynch. So there's a bit of a running back by committee, 2 guys, so you'll have to decide what to do with that one. Now, my Raider friend has seen his last NFL game in Oakland. At least that's what the judge told him this morning at the sentencing. I mean, even if he gets out, the parole officer won't let him leave the state of California. All right. That brings us over to the NFC and the Dallas Cowboys. Dez Bryant at wide receiver and Dan Bailey at kicker were released. Jason Witten retired. What do you do with that? Well, you go crazy. So they picked up Alan Hearns. They picked up Tavon Austin. They picked up Devontae Thompson. They picked a third-round draft pick, Michael Gallup, at wide receiver. So they've got all these new wide receiver options going on. Now they're doing a tight end by committee with Jeff Swain, Blake Jarwin, Rico Gathers, and Dalton Schultz. Cow who? You heard me. Cowboys. They are the Dallas Cowboys. You can look it up. Sorry. They went with several defensive players, but they did go with draft picks at need. Now, check out this gun that most Cowboys fans would just love to own because, Texas and guns. My dictionary doesn't contain profanity. Brian, thank you so much. So, check out this gun most Dallas fans would love to own. Problem is, I'd bet $1,000 that this bullet gets intercepted. And on to the New York Giants. Yeah, I know. You're looking at it in reversed. Sorry. Found white substance on field that delayed practice. I heard this one before. Okay, you don't have to finish this one. I know the rest of this comment. Hold on for it. Okay, wait for it. So they traded away Brandon Marshall and acquired Cody Latimer at wide receiver. Odell Beckham Jr. is healthy at wide receiver again. And then they spent their first-round draft pick and second overall on Saquon Barkley, who leads the outfield. That's okay. They won't come in contact with it. Thank you, Brian, for completing the joke. It was the goal line. I get it. Okay. They traded away Perkins, Vereen, and Dawkins at running back and acquired Jonathan Stewart to join the backfield. So now it's Saquon Barkley, who pretty much leads the backfield, and Jonathan Stewart. It was the goal line, unlike Dez and his catches. Dez did catch it by the new NFL rules. They've admitted that. By the new NFL catch rules, Dez would have caught it. That's all I'm going to say on that. Moving on. Say what, Barkley? Yes, Saquon Barkley. If he can stay healthy, he is their lead back right now. The joke is that the most vacant things in the NFL are Qualcomm Stadium and the Detroit Lions' trophy case. Draft is open, by the way. Okay, good to know. The truth is that the most vacant thing in the NFL is Eli Manning's stare. Draft order is set. Sweet. Thanks for the heads up, Brian. So yeah, if you guys head over to the draft, we'll take a look at that shortly. All right. So yes, the truth is the most vacant thing in the NFL is Eli Manning's stare. That brings us to the Philadelphia Eagles. Oh, Philly. So they traded away Torrey Smith and picked up Mike Wallace at wide receiver. So we'll see what happens there. And they let go of LeGarrette Blount at running back. They picked up Jay Ajayi, though, at the end of the last season, so he was obviously the lead back. Carson Wentz is questionable to start after a season-ending injury last year. And he hasn't been cleared for contact by the doctors. Mike Wallace, is this a news show? It kind of is. It's a draft party with some news and some fun. Hey, go with it. Mike Wallace. Never mind. Delayed intelligence. I'm doing too many things. Multitasking. I've got 2 computers and a cell phone. And anyway, so we don't know what's going on in the quarterback world right now. Yes, I'm sorry. I got it. It just took a minute. So on one hand, you've got Nick Foles, who got him there to the Super Bowl and brought him home. It looks like he's going to start. So if you pick up Carson Wentz, pick him up knowing that he's not been cleared for contact yet, and you might need someone else for the first couple games. They did pick up a tight end in the second round of the draft who's currently behind Zach Ertz on the depth chart. The rest of the picks were defense. Now, as far as Philly sports goes, the city erected a statue to a fictional boxer, and somehow they're not embarrassed by that. But it's a nice enough city compared to the rest of New Jersey. Okay, that brings us to the Washington Redskins. Oh, the Skins. So they traded away Terrell Pryor and picked up Paul Richardson at wide receiver. Out with Kirk Cousins and in with Alex Smith at quarterback. Now there's... Oh... Glad you enjoyed that one. Thank you. Second round running back Darius Guice led their backfield until he went out with an injury. So then they picked up Adrian Peterson to join Chris Thompson as their lead running backs. Chris Thompson's more of the catching guy. Adrian Peterson's more of the... Okay, Doug Peterson got snippy with one of the reporters, par for the course with Philly fans. Brutal for... Yes, it's true. Doug Peterson did kind of lose it when they kept asking about it. But, you know, Carson Wentz was kind of a sensation last year, every bit as much as Deshaun Watson, just different conference. So, yes, Adrian Peterson's more of the pure running back. Does he still have stuff left in the tank? Probably be more of the bell cow if he can show good. And then you've got Chris Thompson as the pass catching guy. AP is the backup RB just in case the Redskins need some kids whipped up. And then he'll tell the coach that they need to run the ball more. Now, Native Americans want the name changed for this team. But it's not because it's offensive. It's because they don't want to be associated with the quality of football that the Redskins play. Which brings us to the Chicago Bears. The Bears. They've got a new wide receiver core. They released Cameron Meredith and Victor Cruz. Nice. I'm glad you approve. They picked up Allen Robinson and Taylor Gabriel at wide receiver. They also got Khalil Mack from Oakland on defense, which is huge for them. Mitch Trubisky will certainly be the starting quarterback. The Bears. Like when the Washington Bullets wanted to distance themselves from violence and just became the Bullets. That's, okay. That's funny. Now, the trading away of Victor Cruz this offseason marks the only time this year the words Bears and Victor will appear in the same headline together. True story. Maybe. We'll see. The Lions. They added LeGarrette Blount and a second-round draft pick, Kerryon Jones, to their running back lineup. They did release tight end Eric Ebron. Womp womp Bears. Thank you, Brian. They acquired Levine Toilolo and Luke Wilson at tight end, and so there's a little bit of a committee. Right now, Luke Wilson has the lead on the tight end depth charts as of September 1st. First-round draft pick Frank Ragnow is at left guard, and Taylor Decker is healthy at left tackle again, so their O-line should be a little bit improved. I still like tight ends. Really weird. Really weird coming from someone signed in this page, Elizabeth. I'm done with that. Now, my wife did try and put a Lions jersey on my son, but I had to remind her that that's a choking hazard. Why would she try and do that? Family friendly. Yes, I'm done. Green Bay Packers. Green Bay. So they released wide receiver Jordy Nelson. Poor Rave. Yeah, he might end up liking him. Anyway, they let go of Martellus Bennett at tight end last season and picked up Jimmy Graham. And that's about it. Their first through third picks were defensive, and their fourth and fifth were offensive, but they don't have starting roles yet, so they're not making too much of a difference. Nah, he seems smart. Thanks, Brian. Thanks for agreeing with me. Now, what's the most wasted thing in football? You tell me. Green Bay Hall of Fame quarterbacks or Mike McCarthy timeouts? You decide. Let me know what you think. Very offensive. Minnesota Vikings. It's beautiful graphic. I know it's in reverse for you guys, but oh well. Deal with it. Okay, so they had a quarterback controversy on their hands with 3 starting caliber quarterbacks. Case Keenum, who led them to the playoffs. Sam Bradford, who was their starter last year and gave them a 5-0 start in 2016. And Teddy Bridgewater, who won the 2014 Offensive Rookie of the Year, but went down in the preseason in 2016. Okay, how do you deal with 3 starting QBs? Trade them all away. Exactly! So, solution? Trade all 3. Seriously. Picked up Kirk Cousins as their new quarterback. Dalvin Cook is healthy again after going down for the season-ending injury last year. They traded away Jerick McKinnon. So it's Dalvin Cook first, Latavius Murray second. Now, have you ever noticed when the Vikings finally find some success, everyone calls it a miracle. Every time. Coincidence? I think not. Atlanta Falcons. Someone's cousin's cooking. Someone's cousin's cooking. Cook in. Got it. Yep. So, the Falcons traded away Taylor Gabriel at wide receiver, and then they drafted Calvin Ridley in the first round to replace him. They released Levine Toilolo at tight end, and that's basically it. Kirk Cousins, Dalvin Cook. Yes, I finally did get it. Sorry, again, I'm multitasking here. My apologies. How do you keep Julio Jones out of his driveway? Paint an end zone there. Okay, sounded like the Sicilian on Princess and the Bride. Thanks. Inconceivable. How do you keep Julio Jones out of his driveway? You paint an end zone there. And I had to say that because he only had 3 touchdowns last year, despite being an elite wide receiver. Speaking of 3, y'all remember 28-3? Yeah, that's never getting old. Oh, that's going to be one etched on their tombstones. When you say exactly. When you say exactly, I sound like the Sicilian. Okay, cool. Carolina Panthers. They traded away wide receiver Kelvin Benjamin last year late, and then they picked up Torrey Smith this year. He's currently leading their left side wide receiver core. They drafted DJ Moore at wide receiver in the first round of the draft. 28-3, inconceivable, says Brian. They also traded away Jonathan Stewart, but they acquired C.J. Anderson. So, hey, they really like aging running backs. What's the difference between Cam Newton and Confederate heroes? Well, they both lose on a big stage, but the Confederates actually made an effort when it mattered. Stonewall Jackson would have totally fallen on that fumble. Just going to say. All right. Moving right along to the Saints. Oh, and the Saints? Yes. Wow. Okay. Traded too soon. Never too soon. Never too soon. Traded away Willie Snead and cut Brandon Coleman at wide receiver. They acquired Cameron Meredith and drafted Traquan Smith in the second round to replace them. So that's what's going on there. And they traded away Kobe Fleener at tight end and picked up Benjamin Watson. Mark Ingram is in. He'll be suspended for 4 weeks. Just know that. And they also acquired Teddy Bridgewater as the backup quarterback for Drew Brees. So if Drew Brees, something happens to him, which he's been very regular, but something happens to him, that's who will take over. Now, in the divisional round last year, the Vikings repeated an event last season and last seen in the Dark Ages by destroying the Saints. Ironically, though, they're the ones who succeeded on a Hail Mary. That one may be too soon. Tampa Bay Buccaneers. What do you mean being very regular? Oh, Drew Brees. Yes, he's been a very consistent quarterback for them. How about that? Okay, so the only change we're talking about for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers is that they traded away Doug Martin and promoted Peyton Barber at running back to the lead back. He seems to have a lock on the position. They got a Ronald Jones in the draft, but he doesn't seem to be threatening the starting position. So TB used to be the best known as a disease that killed people by infecting their lungs. Now, though, TB seems to be settling for driving people into severe depression and alcoholism. Barbar, isn't that an elephant? Says, it disappeared before I got the name, but someone thinks Barbar is an elephant, sure enough. Arizona Cardinals. I think we're in the last stretch, guys. I think it's the last 4 teams. So David Johnson at running back is healthy again after missing all of last season. Moo. Oh, come on. It wasn't the best joke. Anyway, quarterback Carson Palmer retired, and the Cardinals picked up Sam Bradford to replace him. So that's the last of the missing Minnesota Vikings as quarterbacks. They did trade away John Brown and J-Ron Brown at wide receiver, and they did draft Christian Kirk in the second round to replace one of them. Now, the first-round draft pick was Josh Rosen. He is currently the backup quarterback, so watch that situation. All of the first 5 draft picks they picked up were offense, and they're all competing for starting jobs. Christian Kirk, Josh Rosen, running back Chase Edmonds, although we don't think he's going to supplant David Johnson, but they've got a solution in case David Johnson, something happens to him again. Now, since the last time the Cardinals won a National Football Champion, the following has happened. Bill Elliott was born, won a NASCAR championship, had a son, and that son has won a NASCAR race. Also, Truman defeated Dewey in the U.S. presidential election in 1948. And Israel signed their Declaration of Independence. What's the worst part of this, facts? Looks like the clock is just going to keep on ticking. Okay. Los Angeles Chargers. Oh, no, Rams. Sorry, we already did the Chargers. Rams. Was this the St. Louis Cardinals? Well, the Cardinals. Cardinals. So they traded away wide receiver Sammy Watkins and Tavon Austin. And that's it. That's really what they did. Literally, I think the Cardinals were both the baseball and football teams. St. Louis wasn't too original. It's true. But we're on to the Rams. So the Rams are at best the fourth most popular NFL team in Los Angeles. And that's not including the out-of-state ones. Okay. San Francisco 49ers, next to last. Don't they do nothing but fly into windows? Cardinals? Pretty much. Pretty much. All right, San Francisco, what did you do? Well, you acquired Richard Sherman on defense. That's big. They traded away Carlos Hyde at running back, and they intended to go with Jerick McKinnon. But Jerick McKinnon is out for the season after his injury. They'll have to use their newly acquired running back last season, Matt Breida, or they also picked up Alfred Morris in the offseason. So one of those two guys is going to be the lead back. So watch that situation closely. And when you account for the living costs of living in San Francisco, Jimmy G really is making only minimum wage. Sign Kaepernick. Yeah. Not happening. So Jimmy G is the lead out of San Francisco, but really he's only making minimum wage in that town with how much it costs to live there. Seattle Seahawks, last of the teams on this list. Now, most of the original Legion of Boom has been either traded, retired because of injury, or they've been alienated from the team. See here, lots of homeless fans in San Francisco. San Francisco, land of the... Never mind, it's family friendly. That's right. Keep your mouth shut. But we're on Seattle now. Sherman, Sheed, and Thomas are all gone. Or Thomas is not reporting for duty, but hasn't been traded yet. So that's an interesting one to watch out for. They also traded away wide receiver Jermaine Kearse and Paul Richardson. And they picked up Brandon Marshall and Jaron Brown to replace them. They drafted Rashad Penny in the first round of the draft. He is currently slated with Chris Carson to be at the top of their running back order. I don't see how insulting the Seahawks could be effective. After all, they always ignore offensive lines. And that's it. That's the biggest changes and burns for each and every team. Now, we are getting close to draft time, so folks, I want to make sure that you're getting into the room. And while I say that, I'm going to make sure I get in. Ooh, glad you enjoyed that. Glad you enjoyed that. So here we are. I'm getting ready to get to the draft. Let's see here, league. Enter live draft. Now I want to do a mock draft again. Maybe not. All right. Downloading player data. Connecting to draft server. Very good program. Dallas sucks. Hey, teach their own. Now, I'm going to go over some important things about drafting. First of all, when you looked at the draft, there's something called the X rank. This is the experts, what they think the order is. I highly suggest mostly staying in that round. Now, there's a couple other things you could sort by. You could sort by regular rank. That was how they totaled out last season, their total fantasy points last season. So the rookies will disappear if you do that. There is ADP, the average draft position. Feel free to take a peek at that. That's a fine thing to do. That's going to be worldwide what people are thinking. I look for centers, says my dad. You're going to be disappointed. They don't exist on this list. Anyway, ADP, average draft position, is an awesome thing to look at, peek at, because it is crowdsourced, not just the fantasy Yahoo experts But it also has people like Jerick McKinnon and Darius Guice and Des Bryant, players that don't have a team or are out for the season. It's got them up higher than they should be because they were being drafted until they recently went out. So peak at ADP, but keep it on X rank if you want my advice. And really, I'm not going to tell you anything else because about how to manage the draft because, quite frankly, you shouldn't trust me. I am your competitor. I am in opposition, and I love to win. And so I'm going to leave it at that. Now for the list of notable injuries and suspensions. Centers have their hand on the ball in every play. That's true. I mean, except for the play of the other side. Another thing about Seattle, I just have to throw this in there. Everyone gave them crap about their offensive line last year. They said it was the worst thing ever. But I don't know. Their offensive line was really good at stopping the run. Wait, not family friendly. I missed that. Did I say something not family friendly? Can you repeat that? I'm sorry. If I said something not family friendly, that was definitely not intentional. There's a not family friendly comment to be made there. Oh, okay. Moving on. So, for the Arizona Cardinals, let's see here. Jermaine Gresham is a week-to-week with an Achilles. Key position, I'm going to boycott. Well, you can do that. You can get auto-drafted and you can deal with whatever it gives you. Hey, I don't mind. Baltimore Ravens. Tight end Hayden Hurst is listed as week-to-week. That seems to be the biggest deal there. Buffalo Bills. Quarterback Josh Allen is sidelined with a head injury as of August 26th. His status is uncertain, but that's probably why the Bills went with Nathan Peterson. Just going to go out on a limb there. All right. For the Carolina Panthers, Fozzie Whitaker, running back, was out for the season. I think we had another comment, and I was reading, so I missed it. So, if you want to redo that. Taylor Gabriel for the Chicago Bears is day-to-day sideline. See, I'm kneeling throughout the entire draft. Good luck standing up after you're done. I'll need help getting up, though. Boy, you guys. Taylor Gabriel is day-to-day with a foot injury as of August 5th that hasn't fully cleared up, but he will probably try and go. That's my non-expert opinion. For the Bengals, Vontaze Burfict, a real difference maker on their defense. He's suspended until week 5. For the Browns, Josh Gordon is questionable, but it says he's likely to play. And David Njoku is day-to-day, so he'll probably try and play at the tight end position. For the Cowboys, Travis Frederick, a center Pro Bowler, he is out indefinitely with Guillain-Barré syndrome. That is a huge loss to the Dallas O-line, so something to keep in mind there. Status uncertain for when he comes back. David Irving, real difference maker on their defense. He is suspended until week 5. And then Allen Hurns had a groin injury. He's day-to-day. He'll probably start, though. Again, saying probably start. You're listening to me. This is my own caveated opinion. Denver Broncos don't really have big names that are out. Green Bay Packers. Aaron Jones, running back, suspended until week 3. When he comes back in week 3, he can compete for the starting job. So that's a running back situation to know. Texans, Dante Foreman. He could come back. Maybe they're saying week 7. with an Achilles injury. So that's something to keep in mind. Indianapolis Colts. Let's see here. Marlon Mack is questionable for week 1. That's actually huge. I didn't realize that. And Robert Turbin, at running back, is out. He'll come back week 5. But Marlon Mack, I knew he has a tendency to get nicked. He is questionable for week 1. So if he's one of your go-to running backs, maybe have a backup running back in mind. He probably would have only been a flex point, but hey, something to keep in mind. Jacksonville Jaguars. Again, I said Marquise Lee is out for the season. Don't draft him. Just don't do it. Okay. Des Bryant doesn't currently have a team. All right. Kansas City Chiefs. Eric Berry, a difference maker on their defense. He is day-to-day. They'll try and get him to start playing as soon as possible. It was a heel injury on the 14th, so I would put money that he would try and go. Hunter Henry is out for the season. Don't draft him. Just don't do it. Okay? The Chargers, Hunter Henry. That's all for the Chargers. The Rams. Yeah, really no one major there. Dolphins only have 3 people. One of them, though, is Devontae Parker. He had a finger injury on August 13th. Questionable for week 1, so it must have been a heck of a finger injury. Watch that one. Vikings. Adam Thielen, a big playmaker for them. He is sidelined with a leg injury on August 28th, so that's fairly recent. He's day-to-day. They'll put him out there if they can because they'll want him, but that's something to keep in mind. Might want to have a backup in mind there. Patriots, their rookie running back, Sonny Mitchell, he is sidelined, knee injury on August 30th, so that's really recent as well. He's week to week, so keep that in mind. They had picked up Eric Decker. He is out for the season. Don't draft him. He's retired. Gone. Say goodbye. For the Saints, Mark Ingram, he will return on week 5, and he'll be a fantasy player at that point. But until then, it's Alvin Kamara's show. So, at best, Mark Ingram would be a backup running back for you. Flex option, maybe. Since we can do that this year. Thank you, Brian. All right, we're getting ready to start the draft, so I'm going to hurry through these. Evan Ingram, tight end, questionable. He is likely to play. He got a concussion, though, so that's a interesting one. New York Jets. And Jermaine Kearse is questionable for week 1 with an abdomen injury. Oakland Raiders. No one really special. Philadelphia Eagles. Jay Ajayi will play with a foot injury. Alshon Jeffrey is week to week, sidelined currently. Carson Wentz had knee surgery. He's week to week. We just don't know if he's going to be able to play or not. Nelson Aguilar, lower body injury earlier this month. He's week to week. They're not yet day to day, so that seems less likely to play in week 1. So that's a really damaged Philadelphia Eagles offense. Something to keep in mind. Pittsburgh Steelers, Jesse James is day to day with a back injury fairly recently on August 26th. Ryan Shazier, he might return next year, but not this year on their defense. Seahawks. Doug Baldwin had a knee injury. He said he'll be ready for week 1, maybe not 100% though. Actually, I believe his statement was 80% for the rest of the season. Jerick McKinnon out for the season. Just don't pick him up. Don't do it. He'll be high on the list. If you look at ADP, don't do it. Don't pick him up. Jameis Winston suspended until week 4 for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Delaney Walker should be ready for week 1 for the Tennessee Titans. And that's it. Darius Squeeze, out for the season. Running back for the Washington Redskins. So don't pick him up. Winston equals loser. Okay. So draft starting soon in 50 seconds. And I am excited for it, y'all. And I'm going to switch things here. Switch things up a little bit. Can I? No, I can't. I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to switch things up. I'm just going to go back to the first screen here. Good stuff. Well, good. I'm glad. I'm glad you enjoyed it. I had fun. I had fun putting it together. Let me see actually if I can reverse this image. Format. Rotate. Is that better? Is that better? Hope you guys appreciated that. Okay, draft starting soon. I have the 6th pick. And the first overall draft pick, we have Air Merc, who gets Aaron Rodgers at quarterback. Okay, 2nd round draft pick, Todd Gurley overall, running back. Juan standout team, who are you going to go with? Good stuff, yes on TV, all right. Le'Veon Bell, all right. The Oilers, your pick is going to be David Johnson. Buttsville Pork Chops, who are you going to go with? Ezekiel Elliott. My choice, exactly. I'm going to go with Antonio Brown. That's my guy. All right. Purple Pirates, you're up next. Thomas got a cowgirl. Hey, Thomas got a stud. I was going to get him. I'd have picked him if I was the 1st pick overall. I'll trade you. Thomas is a cowgirl. Now, see, come on. Wow. Keep it somewhat friendly, right, guys? Purple Pirates is running out of time. Glad I made it off the plane a bit early. Well, welcome. Type that in there. If you type it, I will read it on the draft party show. All right, Alvin Kamara picked up in the 7th round. 8th was DeAndre Hopkins. See, welcome. See here, Golden Tate Warrior says, especially since you're why we are doing this late. Odell Beckham Jr. picked. K-Mac 83. Saquon Barkley. Hey, Golden Tate Warriors, thanks for sharing that YouTube link. And Melvin Gordon, Los Angeles Chargers. That goes in the 11th pick overall. 12th pick overall. Brian sucks. He didn't change it. Kareem Hunt. All right, 13th pick, Twisted Tornadoes. Who are you going to get? Leonard Fournette. And 14th pick, UH0577. Who's going to get the 14th and the 15th? Back-to-back picks coming up right here. What do you do? Do-dee-do-do-do-dee. I'm not going to sing anymore. I'm done. Done. Cougs. Kim probably got the Roy. Oh, I missed something there. Hold on, I've got a cat stuck. There we are. Okay. Hey, you got 15 seconds, UHO577. Better get on that. Tom Brady. Wow. Those quarterbacks, they be going. I am. I've got a beautiful woman in my room. And that would be my wife. So everyone say hello to my wife. Her name is Meg.
What?
Drew Brees. Wow. We went the same strategy last year. See her. Yes on TV. Hello, wife. You got a hello, wife, honey. Ah, Devontae Adams. And then Dalvin Cook goes in short order. Crazy Cajuns is up next. Julio Jones off the board. He's stuck there for a while. I was wondering about that one. Michael Thomas is at the top of the list currently. Will K-Mac pick him up? No, Cam Newton goes off the board. There it is. Top Minion. I know who Top Minion is. I hope he's online. That's my coworker, Andy. Everyone say hello to Andy. Skipping forward a little bit, the 21st pick is going to go to I'm Old Greg. Is he online? Because I'm curious. How do you... I need Top Minion and Airmerk's phone numbers to add to the group text. Well, I'll tell you what. I'll see about getting them to you tomorrow, but I can't help you with that. Russell Wilson. Okay, how do you pronounce I'm Old Greg? Hi, Meg and Andy. And then Deshaun Watson goes 21st. Man, so many quarterbacks picked right at the top of the list. That's one I did not see coming. All right, Purple Pirates. You're up again. Okay, we've got another listing of the live YouTube feed, and we've been having a whole lot of fun. I burned a whole bunch of teams to the ground, and I think that was particularly appropriate to do. I am here. Hey, Airmerk, welcome. I remember this guy from way back. He goes back to the first part of when I was in the league. Oh, it's my turn after Michael Thomas gets taken off the board, and so who do I go with? Who's going to fall to me? Boy, I'm really bucking the trends here. I'm going to go with another wide receiver. Whew. All the trends were running backs first, but I'm really going against that trend. So, of course, you guys were already doing that by picking quarterbacks up in the first rounds. Was some crazy stuff going on. Anyway, Keenan Allen got picked up, followed by Rob Gronkowski. I almost picked him. If there's any tight end worth going for right now at the top end, that's a pick. Mike Evans. Yeah, I can see it. Especially once the quarterback comes back in week 5. I'm losing his name suddenly. I don't know why. It's late. It's late here. 10:22. I don't know. I want to say Deshaun Watson. That's not right, and I know that's not right. It's also not Ryan Griffin. I think that's the backup. So anyway, Tyreek Hill off the board. Also, Travis Kelce are gone. Airmerk is up. Enjoy Tyreek Hill. I enjoyed him last year. He was a good points cow for me. I don't know if that's appropriate to say, but hey. I better look at my cheat sheet. Christian McCaffrey is gone. Where are we at? Yeah, man. I know what to do. I think. Definite maybe at least on that. Golden Tate Warriors. Decisions. What you gonna do? Those bye weeks starting to look really painful. Oh, Devontae Freeman. There he goes. By the way, guys, I'll just say this. I always aim for B+ or B, somewhere in there, on draft scores, because I figure I want my players to be flying under the radar a little bit. Otherwise, all of them have to hit the top marks all the time. But that's just me. Buttsville Pork Chops. So who are you going to pick? Got the top X-ranked player looking at me in the face. I'm going to go with that. Hi, it's Top Minion. Hey, welcome to the show. Are you online? I don't think so, but hey. I actually meant to get Howard. Click the wrong button to get Freeman. Hopefully that won't hurt. Well, we will see. Okay. I'm going to draft Joe Mixon. We'll see if he's what everyone says he should be. With a real Slim Shady. Please stand up. Please stand up. Okay, so we have Kirk Cousins gone and Adam Thielen gone. Well, I know you say you clicked the wrong button to get Freeman. You were taking a little bit of time. Were you looking at cheat sheets or something? It was taking a little bit of time. What was going on there? Go ahead and type out your response. Let me know. Amari Cooper is off the board for Oakland. Well, fun fact, Oakland is the oldest team in football. I think the Cowboys are the second youngest. I can't remember who the youngest was. Could be Tampa Bay. I'm not sure. All right. Phillip Rivers off the board. I was weighing Thielen, Freeman, and Howard. Well, hey, it was one of the guys that you were weighing, so. Yep. Those be the choices. All right. Kenyon Drake, running back, off the board. That could be a steal. That could be a steal. I'm not going to lie. Larry Fitzgerald picked. Juju Smith-Schuster from Pittsburgh. He certainly flashed a couple games. Andrew Luck, quarterback, he's gone. Houston defense. Okay, Jacksonville defense. Kim is Kiki. Got Drake. He's sneaky. He's a sneaky one. Sneaky pick. Jay Ajayi, running back. And T.Y. Hilton for Indianapolis. Well, if he's got luck, maybe T.Y. Hilton's luck will change. Zach Ertz, he's gone off the board. K-Mac, 83, you picked Detroit. What, Golden Tate, okay. Top Minion, hey Andy. It's your choice. New England's defense. Okay, I'm old Greg. Exclamation point. Again, someone tell me how to pronounce that. I'm not sure. I never do know. What do you do? Click my last link. Exclamation point. Curly Q. Marshawn Lynch. Okay. Purple Pirates. Who are you going to go with? Okay. This leaves me and a quandary. Okay. Okay. I'm going to go with Chris Hogan. I don't know. We'll see if that bites me. Tom Brady better stay vertical this year. That's all I got to say. Okay. I just picked Chris Hogan. Jarvis Landry. Hogan's a good call while Edelman's on the shelf. Demarius Thomas. New England only has 3 wide receivers to start the year. Well, unless you don't count Gronkowski. Hey, Kevin. Top Megan says. Yeah, Gronkowski's a wide receiver in a tight end's body. That's the reality here. Alex Collins is off the board. Derrick Henry. He just got swiped. Jimmy Graham. In a lineman's body more like is what Brian says, and that is true. Yeah, Jimmy Graham is definitely an awesome pick. Allen Robinson. All right, so the Robinson in Chicago gets picked. We got a veteran wide receiver with a rookie quarterback. Not a rookie, sophomore, but you know what I mean. He didn't play much last year, so this is kind of his rookie season. Golden Tate Warriors, you are up. Alrighty. Boy. It's getting real here. Marquise Goodwin. Oh, that one hurts. That one hurts. Oh, knife twist. Josh Gordon. Man. It's okay. There's good players still on the board. There's good players still on the board. Remind yourself of that, Kevin. And it's my turn to pick, and I'm going to go with Carlos Hyde. I see that LaShawn McCoy and Royce Freeman both went off the board. Sorry, while I didn't announce those when they happened, I was a bit distracted trying to figure out what I was going to do. Man, I don't like my draft position. I'm regretting a few things at this point. I know what I need to do right now. There's only one thing to do. Greg Olsen just got taken. And so did Tevin Coleman. So what is K-Mac 83 going to do? Kyle Rudolph. Legit, try last pick. Hey, you get back-to-backs. I tried it in mock drafts. I did. There's, back-to-backs can help. Corey Davis. Jimmy Garoppolo goes off the list. Another QB. Marvin Jones Jr. off the list. That was a good pick. Lutz. Will Lutz. Kicker. Justin Tucker, kicker. Why did you get 2 kickers? Is that the same person? Dang it, Brian sucks. Okay. Evan Ingram, tight end. He is off the board. Delaney Walker is gone. Crazy Cajuns, you're up. Dion Lewis. Boy, 2 Tennessee guys in a row go. What are the odds? 1 in 32, right? Gostkowski, kicker. He's gone. Andy's turn. What's it going to do? Do Michigan proud. Prater. All right. Some more kickers just went. I'm old Greg. Who are you going to do? You hype on Jimmy G, Brian? Hyped for him or hip on him? Not sure which you meant. I'll buy. Philadelphia's defense just went. Okay, another defensive pick. Purpley Pirates. Pick Matt Stafford, and I'll pick a quarterback as well, Patrick Mahomes. That's going to be my lead quarterback, guys. Do with it what you will. We'll see what happens. Also, side note, Die Hard 6 tentative title is just McClane, so that's neat. I had no emotional attachments to teams. Hey, that would make you a very clear-thinking fantasy football player, and I respect that. I can't say the same. All right. And Trey Burton is gone, and now Brandon Cooks is gone. One standout team, it's your turn. With Ben Roethlisberger, another quarterback off the list. Golden Tate Warriors. All right. Oh, you dislike them all the same is what... Okay. Oh, Brian said, I thought it was Bryhard. Matt Ryan's gone at quarterback, and Chris Thompson gone at running back. Someone's a believer in Thompson. I gotta say, I'm kind of the same. I almost picked him up. Carson Wentz just got picked. Again, be careful about Carson Wentz. You just got to know that there's a chance you're not going to see him for a little bit. Will Fuller is gone. Drat. Joku is gone. That's legit. That's legit. Marcus Mariota just got picked up. Okay. Well, I'm going to go with Rex Burkhead. Yeah. Jamison Crowder got picked. I'm going to go with Rex Burkhead. I've got a couple of options here. Looking me in the face. Oh, Reed. I was just looking for him. That's why he's gone. He's gone. Dante Moncrief as well. Just got swiped. Adrian Peterson, the other running back for... So, really, Washington's running backs have been all picked up. Don't like back-to-back. I'm sorry. Minnesota's defense got picked up. Jerry Goff is gone. Okay. That's an interesting one right there. There's still a lot of good players on the list. I'm seeing a lot of good players. Okay, Emmanuel Sanders, Devin Funchess, Kerryon Johnson, David Johnson Jr. So 2 running backs just went. Los Angeles defense. Okay. Brian Sucks is up. Let's see here. Still loading. Oh man, Brian Sucks is gonna get autoed. Derek Carr. Crazy Cajuns, you're up. Rashard Wood or Robert Woods. Rashard. Let's see here. Okay. And Kittle is gone. Ooh, man. Samuels, running back and tight end. That's a very interesting mix there. My other car is in an auto draft. Zerlane's gone, and I've got 45 seconds to figure out what to do. You guys left me with some interesting choices. Okay. I'm going to do it. I'm going to pick another running back. Mark Ingram. So that'll shore up my running back situation. All right. See what happens next. Okay. Golden Tate Warriors. It's up to you. Since then, we've got New Orleans defense, Denver defense, Baltimore defense, and Chicago defense. This was the round of defenses. Jones second just went for Tampa Bay, running back. The rookie. So someone went with that. Nelson Aguilar, wide receiver. He's day to day, but he'll come back. Or week to week. He's week to week, but he'll come back. So there's an option there. Got a couple guys at the top of this list that are just sitting there, haven't done much of anything, so that's always interesting. Always interesting to look at the ideas that other people have. Of course, with the system that we've got in place here, we're gonna have to be really amenable to dropping and trades over the course of the year, guys. You're just gonna have to be open to that concept. You don't have enough slot positions to do everything, so yeah, just be open, guys. Be open. And we've got O.J. Howard, tight ends, Martavis Bryant, kicker, and Jake Elliott, kicker. More kickers off the board. About to fill Pork Chop's turn. All right, it's my turn. I'm going to check something real quick here. Nope, not going to go with him. I'll do it. I'll do it. I'll go draft Cooper Kupp. Heck, they didn't do too much this year to their roster, so he should be like at least the same, right? All right. We also saw Pittsburgh go, and then another kicker, Crosby. Man. What do the kickers look like? I mean, I know there's a lot of teams. It seems like a lot of kickers went. Okay. There's still players left. Okay. We also had, man, Robert Anderson, Cooper Kupp. Okay, yeah. Tyler Lockett, wide receiver. That could be an interesting choice. Jamal Williams, running back. Alfred Morris, running back. Chris Boswell. Bilal Powell. Michael Crabtree. Yeah. And Jordy Nelson. Whoa. So one guy that used to play for Oakland, and now a guy who does play for Oakland. Very interesting pick there. Bringing us to Twisted Tornadoes. Pierre Garçon. I almost picked him. I really did. Don't tell me if it's painful. Whatever. What's done is done. Almost picked him, but I didn't. So. Brian Sucks up again. Countdown timer's kind of dropping on him. Okay, yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. Devin! Exclamation point. Is that who Brian Sucks is? I don't know. Alshon Jeffrey. He goes off the board. We're about 35 minutes into the draft. We're to pick 131. Carson comes off the board. Chris Carson. Yes. Devin is his name. All right. Cameron Brate. Hey, did I say you could pick that? No, I did not. I was going to pick that. Green Bay defense gone. Got another defense, probably getting slim there too. We're getting the IMO Greg treatment. And that's Alex Smith gone. Sammy Watkins. And now it's my turn to do something brilliant. Just brilliant, folks. What am I going to do? Well, I really don't like most of my choices here. I know what I need. I also know what I want. So I'm going to draft Jameis Winston. Did you see that one coming? Jameis Winston off the board. Butker. Ooh. Another kicker gone. Famous Jameis. Loser. You know what? He is. He's very good at losing. Isaiah Crowell got picked up. The reason I picked him is because he plays from behind a lot. I'm not picking him because he's a quality quarterback. I'm picking him because he's a fantasy quarterback. Okay, there's a difference. Peyton Barber, running back. I almost went with him at a later point, but I decided to go with who and I'm okay with my running back core. Andy Dalton, Tarek Cohen. I mean, say what you want to about him. Jameis Winston was making almost many points when he was playing. Winston is a bad person, not a bad QB. Oh yeah, I get it. But then so is Tyreek Hill, but I picked him up twice. It's fantasy. Tarek Cohen's gone, Andy Dalton's gone, Carolina's defense is gone. And it's up to Brian again. Let's see. I got 4 running backs, 4 wide receivers, 2 quarterbacks. Okay. And Carlson, kicker, goes. That's funny. And Sonny Mitchell goes. Okay, I wondered when he would go. The rookie for New England, but then they run by committee, so it'll be interesting. Jack Doyle. I'm going to go with Jared Cook. Get a quality tight end out of here. Okay. 3 picks left. Man, this goes fast. 3 picks and some quality players. Really, really quality players left. Rashad Penny is gone. Man. Week 11 is going to be my trouble spot, but I got enough to cover it. Week 9, I'll be fine. Okay. James White is gone. Catching running back for New England. We saw what he did in the Super Bowl. 2 touchdowns, if we don't remember, against the Falcons, and then another 2 in the Super Bowl against... He's a big-time catching running back. Yep. What is it about New England facing birds in the Super Bowl? What's it about that? I don't... Just pointing that out. The Super Bowl is for the birds. Randall Cobb. that guy's a boomer bust player. If you have to play him as a backup, he could score you some points seriously in a week. You don't know. Atlanta's defense. Speaking of the Birds. Aaron Jones. I gotta say, he could challenge for the starting running back position when he comes back. We'll see. Oakland's defense, and then Lambeau kicker. They were picked up, and now it's my dad again for 2 drafts in a row. Yep, we're going into round 12, guys. Round 12. It's getting exciting. No one's picked up Eli Manning. I'm just surprised about that. Tyler Eifert goes, tight end. So that's a choice. That's a choice that can be made. Yep. I get it. And Julian Edelman. When he comes back, someone wants him to be a strong option. Suck up. Such a suck up. I love that name. I do. Let's see here. Case Keenum and Kenny Golladay, they are gone. And now we have the more decisions. That could be the handcuff. Oh, Godwin. No, you got Godwin. Oh, man. Okay. It's not. It's not the end of the world. Okay. Where was I? All players. Man, that one hurts though. Not gonna lie. All right, I'll get me a defense. I'll take Dallas. Everyone having fun? I really hope so. Cider, same thing. I don't. CJ Anderson just went. I don't understand what cider same thing means. Sorry, you're just going to have to catch me up on that one, Brian. Kenny Stills, wide receiver, Miami. Betting on Ryan Tannehill's arm. On standouts. Seals Jones. Yep, that's legit. Josh Doctson. Guys, we are into round 13. Last 2 picks. Rashard Matthews just went. I'm expecting an A+ draft rating email soon. You don't want an A+, I mean, unless you think that literally every single person is going to do their maximum potential. That's, honestly, I think you want a B+, B minus, somewhere in the B range. Although I had to give me a D plus on a something that would really win some games, so I don't know. Gould is gone. I'm not picking the last guy. There's no centers. Yeah, you couldn't find them all this time. That's been the problem, hadn't it been? And Golden Tate Warriors is up. He's going to pick Eli Manning. I can feel it. I can just sense these things. You think they would take Jason Witten out of drafting queue? He's been announced as a new Monday Night Football. Yes, it's true. But that's why I always say look at the X rank, don't look at the ADP. Sean Jackson. People have been drafting him based on the name, not based on on the actual quality that he's going to be. Oilers. Eli Manning just got picked. Brian, you let me down. I thought it was going to be you. Mitch Trubisky just got picked. Buttsville's time. Did you see Deshaun's preseason numbers? Actually, I didn't. Eric Ebron just went. I wondered if Eric Ebron might not go before, so I had a backup plan. Selleck. Okay. There's only one thing I need to do now. So, what was his preseason numbers like? Good or bad? Safarian Jenkins just went. We are coming up to the last round. Cameron Meredith just went. Really, quality names are still on this board. It's crazy. Having only 14 people to pick. No, I did not see Deshaun's preseason numbers. What were they like? You tell me. I mean, look at this. Look at this list. If you've got it sorted by X rank, look at this list. I mean, what are we talking about here? Look at these players. Hey, Todd Manning, you're almost out of time, dude. I know you got work in the morning, but all right, Baker Mayfield, 6 catches for 127 yards in limited time. He's a speedster. There's no doubt about it. Gano is gone as kicker. I get that. I get that. Watson, New Orleans. Cole, wide receiver. Yeah, Keelan Cole, Devonta Parker. All right, your last 2 picks, Dad. No, you're not picking last overall. Mike Williams, wide receiver, and what's going to be the first pick of the last round? Come on, guys, get excited about this. We're less than an hour done with this draft. It's going to be less than an hour. It's awesome. Who is the first pick of the last round? Goes to my dad. There's some names on that list. Who are you going to call? $15 seconds. There's no centers. You can't do it. Ghostbusters. There's no centers. He said he was boycotting the final pick. Oh, boo. Moore, wide receiver. Tannehill, quarterback goes. He's done. Brian Sucks is up. Latavius Murray, he's done. Crazy Cajuns is up. Does everyone have your last pick locked in? Running back. Tyrod Taylor's gone. That's the starter right now. Cleveland. K-Mac 83, who's your last pick? Kelvin Benjamin. Okay, Top Minion, who's your last pick? Dez Bryant. You think he's going to get picked up, maybe? That's a bet. I get it. I get it. I'm old Greg. Who are you going to get? Matt Breida. Nice flyer on Dez. I get it. I do get it. Someone's wide receiver goes down. They need someone that's a possible. And it's up to me. And I got 2 choices, but I'm going to go with Dustin Hopkins, kicker, Redskins. Well, I can do a full fantasy draft in a car off my bucket list. That was on your bucket list. Meanwhile, Michael Gallup went, Hopkins went, McManus went. Tell Amanda, thanks for driving, I hope. Can't wait to kick y'all's butts. Hey, I welcome it. Let's bring it. Corey Clement, running back. He's off the board. One standout team. You can kiss it. No, come on, guys. Let's. Oh, Jalen Brown? No, was one of the Browns. Anyway, wouldn't let me pick who I wanted. Aw, sorry. Cincinnati defense. That leaves Aaron Merck with the last pick overall, and your pick is going to be Greg gets a bad bonus this year. Tyrell Williams, Chargers, and auto draft the last pick. Aw. Yep, nice try. Hey guys, this was a lot of fun. And I hope you guys are okay with who you got. I think I'm okay with who I got. Who's who? Well, anyway, so yeah, this is going to be interesting to see what the year shapes up for. I'm excited. Football is back, baby. Yeah. All right. Talk to y'all later. Bye.